everyone. Welcome to all our viewers across the world, our World Business Forum audience, and all our Chief Executive Magazine readers. I'm Martin Lindstrom, your co-host, along with my dear friend and world's #1 leadership coach, Marshall Goldsmith. Marshall is a member of the Thinkers 50 Hall of Fame and has written some of the most iconic books out there, like What Got You Here Won't Get You There and Mojo, How to Get It. But beside all those fancy credentials, I feel that Marshall is much more than that, because he is an amazing human being and he actually has an amazing sense of humor. But we're going to put that to the test right now. Welcome, Marshall, once again.
Thank you so much. I am here with my wonderful comrade, Martin Lindstrom, the world's most interesting human being. If you ever get a chance to study this guy's life, you should study it. He's the world's most interesting human being. Time magazine said he was one of the 100 most influential people in the world. He's now entered into the Galactic contest. The contestant from Mars is looking pretty good there. Also, he's an author. He wrote biology. He wrote all kinds of good books. He's a world's expert on branding, the Ministry of Common Sense. And also, aside from that, Martin is a good guy, always willing to pitch in, help other people, donates his time to help people in need. We've done a lot of work together. And so I'm very honored to be your partner.
Oh, thank you, Marshall. If I could give you a virtual hug, this is the moment. Listen, if you have any questions or comments, just post them here or just tell us who you are and where you are. And if you, by the way, like this show, don't forget to press the like, follow, or the subscribe button. So here is the issue. Let's laugh, at least just for 20 seconds.
According to research, making fun of other people is the best kind of humor.
I'm still able to play this old TV commercial from the early 80s, but it is probably only a matter about time before that will change. I have a theory. In the United States, we increasingly split our time into what I call safe zone. If you want to secure permission to smile, go to Disneyland. And bring out the child within, go to Star Wars premieres. Or be politically correct, or incorrect rather, attend a stand-up comedian show. But I have to say that increasingly these safe zones have slowly vanished. Yes, political correctness is partly to blame. The workplace is no exception, I have to say. I mean, when did you last laugh out loud at work? I actually don't think I remember. Is the political correctness to blame? Here's the question. Has humor gone out of fashion? Now, our two guests today not only want humor to return, but argues that it is life-threatening if we don't. Marshall, tell me more about our two guests.
Guest number one is Naomi Bagdonas. Naomi is a wonderful person. She is a lecturer at the Stanford Business School, a media and strategy consultant. She focuses on teaching people things like improv. She's worked with corporations. She's worked with education and the San Francisco County Jail. She's even worked with the jail. So, and also she seems just like a neat person. So very honored to have Naomi with us right now.
Well, welcome, Naomi. And then I want to say welcome to Jennifer Archer. Now, I first got to know Jennifer through her dad, David Archer. Hi, Archer. Both of you. She's actually a professor at the Stanford Graduate School of Business and the Culture Family Faculty Fellow at the Stanford Graduate School of Business, a behavioral scientist and author, and a leading expert on how meaning and purpose shape the choices we all make. She is the co-author, by the way, of several books, including the award-winning book, The Dragonfly Effect and Humor Seriously with Naomi. So I can only say, welcome, Jennifer. Oh, it feels like we've been working in parallel for decades. This is the first time we meet, right? Welcome.
Oh, it's
Thank
so
you.
wonderful to
Can
be
you
here.
please
Those
be-
videos.
Yeah, can you be our hype people? We would like to take you on the road with us everywhere we go, and your team. That was remarkable.
Naomi, we
warm-up.
have a deal because you are a stand-up comedian by background, right? So you can just make things fun because
Improv.
Marshall is fun, but I'm not fun, right?
Look,
Improv comedian. So throw me on stage with no script and I'm fine, but make me recite lines on stage and that will not go well. Well, we are,
Fantastic.
and you two are very
question
funny.
number
so.
one. I have a question. How did your book come to fruition? Where did your book come from?
Well, okay, so first of all, as you mentioned, so a little background first. I'm a behavioral scientist, as you know, because Kelly is also one, your daughter. And most of
right.
my career has been spent on what actually drives our happiness versus what we think.
And I'm a corporate strategist. So I've spent my career straddling the worlds of business and improv comedy, which of course is a rather wide straddle, before realizing that actually these two things have a place together, that humor can be a real superpower for us at work. And of course, we're all totally humorless at the moment. Back to
Yeah,
Jane.
and so
Well,
the
let's change that a
way
little
the
bit.
book came, sorry, the way the book came to be was I remember Naomi, I had asked her to guest lecture in one of my classes on a totally different topic. It was very quantitative, actually. And I remember her giving this talk in 2014, and she had the students laughing for an hour and a half times 2 sections. And I remember asking the students afterwards, what guest lecturer actually had the biggest impact. Not only did she have the biggest impact that particular year, but they learned so much more about eigenvalue analysis and neurochemistry, things that they normally wouldn't stick. And that got Naomi and I to talking about what actually makes humor as a teaching tool something that's kind of a secret weapon. And we dove into the science of humor, and that started this eventually a class called Humor Serious Business at Stanford Business School, and then that launched a book.
Amazing
Yes,
stuff.
and by the way, we
I
should
guess that you have
mention.
to.
Oh yes.
You first, sorry.
Oh, I was going to say our course at the business school at Stanford gets the same academic credit as financial accounting, which is makes sense. And I think, another thing that another reason this work has felt so important right now is, we are living in exceptionally unfunny times. And a recent HBR survey found that 85% of people say that their mental well-being has declined since the pandemic. And so many of us, after a couple of years of being behind screens, feel like we're sort of losing our sense of humor and levity. And we know that rates of loneliness and depression are on the rise. And so if there's anything we've taken away, it's that we don't need more professionalism at work. We don't need more perfection. We really need more human connection. And we know from the research that humor is one of the most powerful ways to get there.